you ever tasted the wonderful combination of chocolate brownies and creamy cheesecake? Well, we have. We're about to show you how to make it.
We are about to demonstrate how to do the 3 B's of baking. Brownies, baking, brown.
Alright, these are called Rich and Creamy Brownies from the very credible Great American Recipe Book of my mother's. And first off, we're going to wash our hands with this little hand sanitizer over here. And you want to be sure when you're scrubbing just to get in between your fingers and stuff, you know. There's a lot of stuff that just gets stuck on there. And then we're going to mix our wet ingredients in a big bowl. So we have 1/3 cup of water. Pour that in. And then we have 1/4 cup of oil. And you're going to crack the eggs. We have 2 eggs.
The brown one, because it's healthier.
And you have to be careful in cracking the brown eggs because their shells are a little bit softer, it seems like, for some reason. So they kind of chip off easier, so you just have to do it a little lighter.
And did you know if you hold an egg like this in your hand, you can't break it?
It's impossible to break a white egg. Brown eggs break, though. We kind of tried
Yeah.
that. You want to mix those, and then there's this guy. And you want to make sure when you're doing the wet ingredients, you want to get the yolk kind of blended up. Because once you put the dry ingredients in, it's kind of hard to like split up the yolk, and then there'll be chunks of yolk in there, and this doesn't really turn out the way it should. So that looks pretty good. Set that on the bag so we don't get, yeah, open that up.
I'm going to open this up.
And you want to add 1 package of Duncan Hines brownie mix, and it called for Duncan Hines. I don't know why, but yeah. And it's actually a lot easier if you have a scissors, but we happen to forget that, so
We have a knife.
plastic. What Andy's gonna do is best.
So you put it like this.
It's
And then
definitely
you
not gonna work. He's gonna try. So you just open it by hand. It's not gonna work.
When you're done, you can just stick the knife in the table.
Careful.
Hope that brownie batter doesn't fly everywhere.
Yeah, exactly bad. You did pretty good. So. Alright, go ahead, pour in.
Pour it in slowly.
I'll start
Or
stirring.
fast.
That works too. Okay. And then, as I'm doing this, I'm gonna have Andy start making up the frosting. And this is what makes the cream cheese flavor, or the cheesecake flavor. Okay, I'll do the frosting. And then we're gonna add, it calls for 8 ounces of cream cheese. So use this.
And then you mix it
Also,
up. You don't want this to be entirely smooth. You want there to be some chunks left. Otherwise, it just turns out weird.
okay. And then I'm gonna mix, we need 2 more eggs for the frosting. Kind of strange, because I've never seen a frosting that calls for eggs before, but this one does, so. Oh no. Yeah, okay. Probably good around baking this one. Some eggshells in there. Those. Okay. Probably should have brought 2 of those guys. I guess the frosting's gonna be a little brown today. That's fine. Okay. Mix it up. Then Andy, I want you to squeeze in the cream cheese. Okay.
You don't want to squeeze toward in the middle because then it'll burst at the top.
Yeah, I know that. So gotta be careful. Oh, got on hands. Okay, so.
Okay. And then you just flip it over and do the other side.
Go.
It's all part of
And
the plan.
cream cheese, it's pretty chunky, especially this stuff's not been refrigerated because Miss Fandry wouldn't let us put it in there. So. But usually it's a lot more chunky and hard to mix up. So you just kind of want to mix it, and then we have to add in another. You want to grab that powdered sugar. Okay. So we got to add in 3.5 cups of powdered sugar, which seems like a lot, and it is, but it's good. So.
It's what you're supposed to do.
Yep. So go ahead. Pour it.
You gotta be careful not to spill. This flour's messy.
Powdered sugar.
This powdered sugar's
Yeah,
messy.
very messy.
And I spilled.
And this is actually really hard to mix. It's what calls for an electric mixer, but I like this thing. It's pretty cool. It's from like 1940s. So, I mean, it's good arm workout. Yeah. And then while you're mixing this, you want to really like use this little guy. And then Andy, you're gonna scrape off the sides while I mix, so you can get all the chunks of powdered sugar off the sides. And it gets continuously harder to mix. Really should do this electrically, but. Alright, and then I'll keep mixing this, Andy, and then I want you to get the edge, the brownie off the edges of the bowl. So we get all that. Yeah, use a new one. Make sure you get all the brownies off the edge of the bowl so you have the right amounts. And then you can go ahead and start pouring it in the pan. I'll help you with that.
That pan?
It's underneath there.
This feels pretty full.
There's one underneath. I think. Yep, there we go. And this recipe called for a 13 by 9-inch pan, and it said be specific, especially with Duncan Hines, because if you don't use 13 by 9, it can mess it up somehow. Like the brownie's texture can change altogether. So
You wanna distribute it?
evenly. Oh no. Well, we got some powder in there, but
It's supposed to be there.
yeah, it's supposed to be. And then you just kind of want to scoop it out all of the bowl. And this one, it's kind of hard to do by yourself, so it's good that we have 2 people making it. Because it could get really difficult. Alright, that was good. And then you just kind of want to take it and smooth it out over the whole pan. Oh no. Well, okay, before we do this, you want to grease the pan. But we didn't, so let's just say we did. Yeah, you want to grease it, and I like to use the cooking spray because that's the easiest, but you can use, if you don't have that, you can just wipe down oil on there too. So that looks good and all even. Whatnot. And then you want to keep mixing this stuff, get this all good to go. A little browner than it's supposed to be, but that's alright. It's all going to taste the same, hopefully.
Now, after you're done pouring the brownie mix into the pan, you could lick it, but
We don't do that though.
no, don't do it.
We get some,
It can make you sick.
yeah, you get salmonella
You
and
get a disease.
other stuff, which isn't good. Oh, that's pretty nice. Definitely go electric for that. Set that on the counter. Alright, and this one you also need help with, kind of get this look out.
Which one?
And then you just kind of want to pour it evenly all over the pan, which can be kind of hard, but you just got to do it. Slow down a little bit there, Andy. And you want to make sure that you get the edges of the pan too, because then there's a lot, sometimes there can be a lot of areas that are unfrosted and it doesn't look right. Kind of like what we have. Okay, so scoop up the rest of that. And then you just kind of want to spread it evenly over, which can be kind of hard because it sticks to the brownie batter. It's already brown anyways, so should be fine. Okay, and before you start all this, you probably want to preheat your oven to about 350 degrees and then cook it for 45 to 50 minutes. And when it's done baking, the top of the frosting will have like a golden brown texture, and it's supposed to be white, so it'll have like golden brown. It'll be kind of like shiny, so that's how you know it's done. So now that you know how to bake, prepare, serve, well, I'm gonna show you how to serve, but I'm not serving with a cold glass of milk is the best way. Now you know how to prepare and bake this. You can do it when you're down in the dumps and you need something to just lift up